This woman, only 2 months pregnant, gave birth to an 11-pound baby. However, the mother didn't care about him. Instead, she wanted to eat him, but she thought that eating him raw would be too unpleasant, so she decided to roast the baby over fire before eating him. In this era, food was scarce, and the mother thought that in order to survive, she had no choice but to eat her own child. This was, after all, a very cruel thing to do. At that moment, it suddenly began to rain heavily, and the fire was extinguished by the rain. It seemed as though the mother suddenly came to her senses. She realized she could no longer stay near her child. She left the crying baby behind and walked away. But how could a newborn baby survive in such a food-scarce era? This child was very clever. He decided to survive by eating human flesh, and he would only eat living people. He believed that as long as it's a living creature, it's edible. He carried a 200-pound axe with him, and it was this axe that allowed him to survive. Now, he was no different from a demon. His life began to change when he met a monk. Upon seeing the monk, the baby decided to swing his axe at him, but what he didn't expect was that the monk was a skilled martial artist. After the baby fell to the ground, he stood up again, picked up his axe, and continued fighting the monk, but the monk pinned him to the ground. Upon seeing the evil expression on the baby's face, the monk realized that the child had eaten many people. The monk tried to change the baby's heart and guide him to become a better person, but the baby couldn't understand his words. The monk had no choice but to release the baby. However, to his surprise, the baby bit into the monk's shoulder like a dog. The monk struggled for a long time to shake him off, but the baby launched another attack. The monk suddenly noticed something strange in the baby's eyes. He saw rage, sorrow, killing intent, and ruthlessness, exactly like the hellish Jack. The monk then had an idea. He saved the baby before the flood could swallow the bridge. But in Jack's eyes, the monk was simply food. To teach Jack humanity, the monk made a bowl of porridge for him. The hungry boy lay on the ground like a dog, and when he saw the food, he eagerly ate. The monk was happy to see this, thinking Jack still had hope. He then made another bowl of porridge but didn't give it directly to Jack. Instead, he made Jack chant a mantra with him. Jack, wanting to eat, had no choice but to follow along.
나무 아미다부츠
나무 아미다부츠.
After hearing Jack chant, the monk was pleased. He never expected that Jack could speak so fluently for the first time. However, Jack had once been a monster who ate people. After the monk left, Jack was about to return to eating human flesh. When Jack tried to attack again, a raven flew down. Jack thought the raven was here to fight him for food, so they fought. In the end, the raven realized it couldn't defeat Jack, so it flew away. Jack then looked at a boy lying on the ground. The older man, trying to prevent Jack from eating the boy, threw out his only rice ball. Jack ran toward the rice ball, but one rice ball wasn't enough to satisfy him. Jack continued following them, waiting for the opportunity to kill. During their journey, the landlord's son came to intercept them. He was domineering and often bullied others with his friends, using his family's wealth and power. They threw stones at the slaves. However, they didn't expect that one of the stones hit Jack, who had been following behind them. The landlord's son thought Jack was also a slave, so he didn't expect any resistance from him. He cursed Jack, calling him a beast. But suddenly, Jack went crazy. He rushed toward the landlord's son and started eating his corpse in front of everyone. Jack didn't realize that the person he killed was the landlord's son. Soon, the landlord heard about this, and when he found out, he was furious. He wanted to kill Jack to avenge his son. The landlord grabbed a knife and began chasing Jack. Although Jack climbed to a cliff, the landlord continued pursuing him. Just as Jack was about to rest, the landlord, riding a horse,